Hello. All right, here's the video that I told you I would make. For starters, you wanted to know how much adhesive I use, or how much you're supposed to use. So I use this adhesive, which is secure. It is a great adhesive. On the box, it shows you what you're supposed to use. Let me see if I can get it clear. Okay, see that? Those are the spots that you're supposed to put it in. That's not what I do. I'll show you guys what I do in just a second. Okay, so as you can see, this is what the box recommends. And this is how I do my dentures. Pretty much the same, except I put it all the way around. But then what I'm going to do is I'm going to spread it a little bit, and I'll show you that next. So what I do is I have a bunch of these like silicone nail art tools, I guess. I bought them off of Amazon. What I do then is I use this and I just kind of like swirl it to kind of just move it around so it's not like big and chunky in one spot and nothing on another spot. It may have made it a little too thick, but that's okay. So then that's what it looks like after, this is the glue. After I spread it around, that's what it looks like. And as it sits there and does its thing while I do my upper, it kind of will smooth itself out a bit, and I'll show you that then. So for my upper, I do the same thing, except I try to only keep a little bit on the bottoms here, the backs, because when I press it into my mouth, I don't want it to go down the back of my throat. So I just spread it around. It doesn't have to be like perfectly even. Now, I sometimes will put glue there, sometimes I won't. It depends on what I'm going to be eating that day. Like if I know I'm going to be eating something that has like a lot of fluid or small pieces, then I'll put a little bit of adhesive back there just to form a barrier. So nothing gets up underneath my denture, because that happens. We know that happens. So I just spread it. When I do put it on the palette, I try to make sure that is really smooth and even, just because I can feel that on the roof of my mouth, and I don't like feeling any bumpies on the roof of my mouth. So I make sure that I fill in the undercuts where it's like dug in more. And then that's what it looks like after it's sat for a little bit. Kind of like smooths itself out. I have a little extra glue on there. So yeah, I kind of follow what the box says, except I spread mine around. And the nice thing about this adhesive is it's waterproof and it absorbs your saliva and it like expands a bit, forming this really nice barrier that keeps everything out, and it keeps them in super nicely. So, and then I just put them in. I always start with the bottom, but I don't press it in all the way. I just kind of like make sure it's sitting sitting where it needs to be sitting. And then I do my upper. And then I'll bite down. Still making sure that it's even lined up right. I like to do that like that because sometimes I get this line there, and I'm not sure if it's because, I'm not sure why, but I get a line there, so I like to just, you know, make sure everything is where it's supposed to be. And then I bite down. It feels perfect. Bite's perfect. The glue is not coming out of the back. Not coming out anywhere. But as it starts to collect my saliva, I can feel it get tighter, and I can feel that it has like formed a barrier up towards the top and down towards the bottom, and it works great. So yeah, I highly recommend this. And on pretty much all of the adhesives, this is Fixodent Pure Strength. I don't use this anymore, but on all of them, they have a diagram either on the tube or on the box that they came in. And you're supposed to follow it because that's like the max amount that you're supposed to use. But this is zinc free. Sorry, I'm starting to lose my voice again. This is zinc free, so I'm not super worried about how much I put on. But with this, less is more. You don't have to use a lot to get a good hold. It works fabulous for your lower dentures. And yeah, I swear by that product. But I hope that that helps you kind of figure out how much you're supposed to use and where you put it and all that stuff. And if you have any more questions, let me know. Have a good night.